eating, like a restaurant, or for example, all those fit bloggers when they still talk about like protein and protein from meat and so on. Would you support them? Would you give them a like?
Give them a like?
Like if it's your friend. I mean, I don't really have vegan friends.
Like if they're advertising their business?
Yeah, like
no.
Blog and whatever.
No, if there was a dislike button, I'd be pressing it.
Alright. I mean, they also do like exercise and so on, of course.
Oh, if there's exercise.
Part of their diet as well, obviously. Like they post pictures sometimes, or milk or whatever. Would you not support them at all?
I mean, I'd support their exercise photos, possibly. It's a depends kind of answer.
I've got friends on Instagram that I follow, cycling friends or whatever. They're not vegan, but I never like their pages.
Right.
Like, if they post a bicycle photo maybe, but not if it's like a glass of milk.
We follow some meat-eating pages, though, like friends who are eating meat, but there's no way we'd like, obviously a food photo from them. A food photo.
Yeah, but just in general, the whole picture.
What about you?
Well, I just actually asked Kelly today, and she said I should ask you guys, what do you do? Because I like a friend of mine that is like a fit blogger, and I said to her that I'm gonna keep liking her as long as she's gonna post like oatmeal pictures and so on. But today she had like a salad with a chicken, and I was like, now I don't know what to do. Like, I'm not gonna like it. But
is she your friend?
She's a far friend.
Leave a comment
unfollow.
on there. So
I did unfollow her, and I was like,
just have a joke.
You should leave a comment too.
Yeah, like have a funny comment. Oh, wow! Someone put dog food in your salad.
Yeah.
Like ha ha ha.
Yeah, definitely leave a message. Leave a note.
You can almost say anything with a bit of humour.
Or just give it to them straight without humour. Whatever mood you're in.
There's this big dog meat festival in China going on the 21st of June. Who's seen that Stop Yulin 2015? So it's going viral on social media, like Instagram and stuff. So that's sort of something the Chinese government might even shut down just because it might create a negative tourism sort of vibe for China. But only because of social media is getting that coverage now. So I don't know I've never heard of fucking Yulin before until I saw it on Instagram this morning, Stop Yulin 2015. And I was looking at like 290,000 hashtags. It's just going viral like daily. So eventually they'll catch up to Chinese tourism board, and they'll be like, well, maybe you should cancel this festival. Obviously the dog eating will keep going on because millions of dogs get eaten every day. Korea, Vietnam, Thailand, China, etc. But the festival, it'd be interesting to see what happens. So that's the power of social media. Shit's changing up.
So make sure you hashtag it.
Stop Yulin.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, we keep forgetting that.
Keep forgetting. We're in ice cream bliss at the moment, just like...
Coma.
That's a nice shirt you got. Where'd you get that Trek shirt from? Is that a reissue Trek shirt, or is that like a old stock? Or
did he just say he works for Trek?
You work for Trek?
Oh, yeah.
What, a shop or something, or? The what's it called? Yeah, nice. Good question.
It'd be great to have a fruit farm, animal sanctuary.
So the question is investments. So you're earning enough money now. You've bought all your toys and you've bought your houses and you've bought your stuff. What do you do with the extra cash flow? What do we invest? We don't invest at the moment. We just spend big at the moment on foods.
Fruit and accommodation.
We just blow as much as we can.
It'd be great to have invest in a fruit farm and a farm sanctuary for rescued animals. That would be great. Like a huge one. That would be really good.
Yeah,
we give to animal sanctuaries already, donate.
If I come into more cash in the future, I'll probably just buy some land, buy some forest, and just keep it like that. the thing is, yeah, it's a good question. It's a good question.
We could buy Chiang Mai. Make it just a permanent retreat. That would be good. Festival.
That's a good question. Maybe I'll find out in a couple of years, potentially. But yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, we haven't contemplated it that much.
Because things are always changing. You know, income's changing, ethical investments is always changing, economies are changing. Yeah. Yes, it's a catch. Sort of a.
It would always be an ethical investment.
But then again, maybe
as much as you can. Yeah.
I've got a friend who's got a few $1 million in the bank, and he makes a lot of money every month on investments, but he just spends that in the vegan community. So at the start, he sort of cancelled a lot of his investments, sold them off for cheap. Then he realised now he's making money, he can put that into the community. So he's like, that's what we do. We do with our YouTube income from Google, etc. McDonald's is paying us to spread the vegan message. You know, I might buy a pair of wheels tomorrow for $2,000. McDonald's and that will be paying for that. So that's sort of transferring funds into another industry. So I guess there's always ways to look at it.
The amount of people who watch us and click on a McDonald's ad, though, I don't think it's very high.
Some do.
There's a lot of vegan ads, though. So.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Depends on your user searching.
Browser.
Your Google browsing history and all that.
How does Durianrider match up to Freelee's average climb?
Yeah, it's pretty similar.
Let's be objective.
Yeah, like
what's your average climb?
Summit. I go up that.
Woodlands Way. Talk about Woodlands Way. Yeah, also Freelee's main climb she does in South Australia is called Woodlands Way. It takes her about 20 minutes to get up there, just going casual.
Very casual.
Durianrider would take her about 55 minutes going casual.
But Woodlands Way is much steeper in some places.
But your power output's the same.
Northern Summit's pretty similar.
Pretty similar.
Yeah, I've been training pretty consistently in the hills since 2013, October.
But here Freelee's doing more climbing than normal, so am I. It's Mount Lofty's about the same.
Not as steep.
Mount Lofty's almost identical time-wise. Maybe about 3 minutes shorter.
Oh, yeah, it's probably
3 to 5 minutes shorter.
Probably just as steep, like similar. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be similar to Green Hill Road, all the way up to Mount Lofty.
Yeah. So if you can, girls and guys, if you can find some hills in your area, just ride up them. Such good training. Really, really good. It transforms the body and the mind and everything. Yeah, just cruise.
Yeah.
I don't push it up there. It's not a journey of speed. It's a journey of just getting up there. That's my goal. Get to the top. It doesn't have to be quick.
But once a week, do a TT. Give it a gas.
If you want.
But to start with, you don't have to just get up there. Get up there.
So you kind of did a time trial yesterday, did you? And is like going up slowly today still a rest day? Like, does that give you enough rest for you to?
Yeah, I walked up there today, actually. Yeah, that was kind of tough, actually, walking up that Pilgrim's Trail. It is kind of a rest. The days where I take it easier, up Durianrider is definitely a rest.
Yeah.
Most days I'm just chilling.
Yeah.
Because we don't have kids, you know, like it's a pretty easy lifestyle we got.
Yeah, one time trial a week is enough.
So is it normal for someone who's not as trained as you that going up slowly might not be
a rest?
Yeah, like
you might have to build up to it.
Or it depends on their lifestyle. If you got kids and 9-to-5 job and looking after someone else, yeah, that's pretty tough. But
we were
most of
out
us
so
here,
much before, weren't we?
We don't have kids. We get pretty hardcore. Yeah, once you got kids, it's a lot more energy. And just nervous energy. Always a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, where is he?
He's in the pond.
No, Johnny, you know. So it's just that nerve energy, that focus. That's like burns a lot of sugars. We just go home, upload to Strava, go to YouTube. Oh, upload a video. Talk
Put the
hey
feed
guys,
up.
here's my favourite shoes, and here's mangoes for breakfast. Yeah, guys, what's up? Tumblr. How's Tumblr work? Oh, okay. Just casual. Pretty easy lifestyle.
Yeah, so did a PR the day before yesterday, and then was like, okay, rest day is gonna be next day. But then yesterday I did my first 100k ride.
Oh, nice.
And I feel really
good one.
Yeah.
I feel really good. Yeah, got sunburned. But anyway, so yeah, and then I did not get like an early night, and then I just
Yeah, we'll take a
felt
rest.
like I need to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
don't
today I didn't
don't
do
feel
it.
bad about it.
Yeah.
Good work.
Right.
Your first 100k ride.
Yeah.
That's good.
It wasn't.
You get some
hard.
get some arm covers
Yeah, no.
from the bike shop. Jackie bikes sell them $500 thin. Otherwise, every time you get sunburnt in your 20s, by the time you're 30, your skin is just like my skin. I noticed getting more and more thrashed. Just all those years in my 20s, like, yeah, it's fine, mate, bit of tan, yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, especially if
But when you're in your 30s,
Aussie
40s,
too.
etc., 50s, that's when you're like, oh man, wish I wasn't so naive when I was 20.
Yeah.
Wish I looked after it. Let's live and learn.
But like rest days are part of training.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
essential part of training.
True. Yeah, but I
Taking that
admire
rest.
that you are at a training stage.
Oh, I
where
take a day off
You
here and
don't
there.
need as much, like you don't need a lot of rest at all.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, but I do rest during the day so much. More than most people, probably. More than 99% of people. Because I don't have a standard job, I don't have kids. Just put the feet up.
Yeah.
So I do get a lot of rest.
Not having kids makes it really easy. Like just,
He doesn't like kids.
just like, I like kids, but I understand it's like the biggest job in the world. You know, like with us, if we want to have a little nap, we can just not have to think about, you know, kid electrocuting himself or cooking himself in the rice cooker or whatever. So this is great.
That's gonna happen.
You can just really get deep recovery without having to in your back of your head what's happening to the kid. You know. But see, that's just total like chill. So you just train every day, cranking it, and you quickly learn, you know, how much training is too much training. Just go to adventure pace. If in doubt, go at adventure pace, cruising around. So, what's that? Have I been to Oregon? I've cycled through Oregon from Seattle down to Escondido, California. So cycled all through Oregon. Nice, beautiful place. I think if I lived in the US, I'd probably live in Portland most of the year. Because it's got hills, it's got big cycling community, it's got running community, it's got vegan community, it's got a real strong athletics community. It's got the Nike Oregon project, like big doping. Traffic? No worries.
What about the traffic out here?
What's that? Have you been to Oregon before? Hey, good, wicked spot, man. Get some fenders for winter, bit wet.
What's wrong with the traffic? Is it really busy?
It's
Or
fine. They're very cyclist aware.
not like Miami?
Miami's like crazy.
It's very busy.
Miami's not a cycling conscious area compared to Portland. Portland's like, you know, it's cool to ride a bike. It's accepted more than most other cities in the US I've been to. So Portland, yeah, for sure. Portlandia. You know? What other city in the US gets a TV show like that? It's because it's a cool spot. So Adelaide, where I live, Adelaide is considered the Portland of Australia. Where I live. Adelaide, South Australia. Or otherwise known as Radelaide. Similar weather to Portland. And a growing cycling community.
Just don't go there during winter.
It's not too bad. It's the same weather as San Diego. LA. So we've got two questions.
Two questions there.
We'll go to the back and then we'll come to the front. So Ari, is Uncle Chester going to join us in any rides? He really struggles in the heat.
Oh, that would be hot.
So he didn't come this year, but maybe in the future. But he really struggles in the heat. Very hot for him. So he's more of a cold weather, fair weather rider.
Poor old guy.
Unless it's electric bike. Green shirt. question is Achilles tendonitis, Achilles tendon issues.
I have had one.
What'd you do, Freelee?
I've had an Achilles injury. I just rested until it went away. It was really, really sore, really painful for quite a long time, at least a month. And I did exercise as well, but I didn't do any stretching, and it just naturally dissipated.
Yeah. Don't stretch it. I wouldn't
that
stretch
sort of
it.
area is like...
If I had an Achilles injury, I would get as much heel lift as I could on a shoe. Yeah. Are you wearing flip-flops? Yeah, I'd get rid of the flip-flops. Flip-flops are cool if you're just standing there, fixing on a bike, or washing dishes or whatever. But as soon as you start walking around, then your plantar fascia is getting all tight, and that's pulling on your Achilles. So, for me, 100% no flip-flops unless you're just standing there. If you're walking more than 5 metres in flip-flops, you're tightening up your plantar fascia, and that's going to pull on your Achilles in my experience. And I would say lift your heel as much as possible, and just no painkillers, no anti-inflammatories, just try and pinpoint what was the cause of it. Was it sprinting? Was it squats? Was it maybe too much cycling too soon?
Raise your feet at the end of the day.
What do you think it was? Running, yeah. Yeah. What shoes were you wearing? Maybe try and get something with like a big heel, like a 12mm step or something. Or even your current shoes, just get like a gel insert and put it on the heel and stick it in the shoe. Yeah, and that should, because every time you're stretching the heel, can aggravate it a bit. But it'll go away. Does it hurt when you ride a bike?
It doesn't hurt anymore. It doesn't quite feel 100%.
Yeah, I'd ride a bike instead. But Achilles injury is really common in running. Yeah, for sure. That's the beauty of the bike. Bike's awesome. Yeah. And keep it warm. Maybe a bit of sunshine on there. Maybe stretch out your hamstrings. Things like that.
Mary?
But isn't that counterproductive when you put the heels up, because then your Achilles get used to it and then they're not as stretchable anymore?
Is it
taking the pressure off.
Is it counterproductive putting a heel lift under your heel to relieve the Achilles tendon? It isn't. It isn't.
Long term.
Oh, long term you're not going to need it because your Achilles will eventually
just in
settle.
that time, okay.
No, I've seen people will cure their issues with that.
Yeah, but so after that you would go.
Yeah.
Back to
Come
normal,
down again.
Okay.
and then not do so much running too soon,
Yeah.
or not wear the flip flops, or not wear the
just taking the
bad
pressure
stuff.
off.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
doing the same. Yeah.
How do I know so much about human physiology for someone who failed every school and subject in school? Just injury myself and dealing with people with injured athletes. I didn't study I don't have the brain capacity to go to university, but I've dealt with thousands of athletes over the last 15 years, my friends or myself or people online, so you see what works over time.
You got to Google sometimes.
Well, no, I learnt most of this stuff before Google was around, back in the late 90s or early 2000s, before I even owned a computer. But the most common one is ITB, iliotibial band syndrome, gets inflamed. That's the most common one for runners and cyclists. Or Achilles tendonitis for runners, or sciatica for runners. They're the main three. And see if you can just pinpoint those things. I find if I sit on the ground on my computer, I get sciatica. And that's all I can get injured. That's all I can get an injury from now, is sitting on the computer on the ground or in bed. That gets my glutes really tight and sciatica comes in, grabs it. But Achilles, no worries. ITB, no worries anymore. But yeah, everyone gets injured at some point. And that's why I'm militant now. I don't wear the handbag or the messenger bag, or I don't walk around in flip-flops unless I'm fixing a bike at Dose Tip. And yeah.
And after visiting the Cairo a few times.
I've got a good friend in Adelaide, Jens. He's a chiropractor. He treats me every few times a week for free. He's a good guy.
He's a smart guy.
And he's given me a lot of tips as well with my running form. It's the little things that add up.
I don't
Who grew up on a farm?
Yeah, one of you, right?
It was me.
It was
Yep.
you.
I grew up on a farm.
How long did it? So did you ever like had to kill an animal yourself?
No. Did I ever have to kill an animal when I grew up on a farm? No, I didn't. But my dad used to sometimes kill chickens in front of us, and that was really distressing. I remember the first time he did that when I was about 5, and that was awful. At the time, I'm like, oh, this is horrible. And then we'd eat the chicken later. But I did make the connection. I thought, oh, Dad's doing the right thing. Dad knows best, and just obviously went along with it.
So did your dad go vegan ever?
Would he?
Yeah.
Would my dad go vegan? Well, he said he would go vegan if I live with him and I prepare all his meals. Yeah, and that's not going to happen. I'd love to be able to, have the time to do that for sure, but yeah, that's not going to happen.
Okay.
It's a convenience thing for him.
Yeah, it's because my mom wanted to go vegan and she went vegan for a few months and now she stopped. But she said she will never have that feeling for animals because she has killed animals herself because she has her own animals. Or she used to have, and now she actually started as well. So for her, it's pretty normal.
Yeah, so you've got to appeal to something else for her. Like, how's her health?
Yeah. It's health.
That'll have to be a motivator for her. If it's not compassion for animals, you have to look for other things in her life that will...
It's hard to, without a compassion for animals, I think it's really difficult to stay vegan.
But to bring someone over initially, a lot of people go vegan for their health like I did, and now I'm the most ethical vegan around, and she could become that way as well. Once she starts to feel amazing and she wants to learn more about it, it's just a matter of getting them over to start with. So it doesn't always have to be via the ethical way. Ideally that would be great, but not everyone's like that.
But you're right, she's probably never going to change. Who knows? Unlikely not always...
Depends how sick she gets, but then maybe not even then.
I thought it was your mom that grew up on the farm. That's why I was asking, because I wanted to know how long does it take for the transition, to love animals, if you have ever had a farm.
The transition to
love animals, after you were able to kill them without any problems.
Oh, I always loved animals, I never killed them myself, thank goodness. But when I watched Earthlings, so when I first went vegan, I was totally not ethical because I had the farm mentality. I was like, that's just what happens and everything like that. But I started to look more into it, and then I watched Earthlings, and that completely just shifted my thinking.
Well, I watched Earthlings with my mom, but she
didn't feel anything? Did she watch the whole thing, or was she...
Yeah.
I think
she's got a block up, a wall.
That's his life.
You're doing your best. You can only do your best and then walk away. Drop the bomb and walk away.
Like same as my mum. My mum's seen a bit of Earthlings and that, and she cried. She's like, it's really terrible. And that night she has chicken sandwich, just, I need my protein though. It's meal of the animals.
It's either got some psychosis.
Yeah, some people do have mental health disorders, and some people overcome that. Some people just go into that. Some people never change. So don't invest too much energy in people who aren't really too interested.
Well, she started veganism and then she stopped right now actually because of health reasons. Because she cannot eat as much as we can, and she lost so much weight that she's just disappearing. So she said she needs to go back to eating meat for a while until she heals, and then she can stop with carbs.
Yeah, she needs to educate herself more.
Well, eat a few tubs of peanut butter or something.
Yeah.
She doesn't understand.
Peanut butter on toast and jam. PBJ.
So would you advise just eating more fat then?
Yeah. If you want to gain more fat, just eat more fat. Smashing the peanut butter. Everyone loves peanut butter.
What if you have candida as well?
Just, I don't know. Do more sport.
Parents can be
Or
difficult.
just eat more calories long term and eat more calories from rice, etc., carbohydrates, and cut the sport right back. Cut everything right back. Cut your calorie expenditure right back. Maybe hire a cleaner or something.
But she can't eat that much because of her stomach.
What's wrong with the stomach?
I don't know if she eats too much. No doctor knows what it is. But if she eats too much, she just has she can't move. It's so painful, so she can eat that much.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit mental, maybe.
Could be. Yeah.
It's a lot of
A lot of it comes from the mental side of things.
Yeah,
She may have an eating disorder disguised as,
or she may have
medical issue.
an emotional situation that just she has a lot of stress, or
I mean, she loves to eat. I don't think she has like an eating disorder.
or if she looks like she does, then maybe
Yeah, but
if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck.
she loves to eat and she wants to get fat. That's why she said like.
But there's generally like we've dealt with a lot of anorexics.
How many women want to get
and they're like,
fat?
oh, I love food. I want to put on weight, and you support it for a couple of years, and it's like, hang on, you're losing weight. Like we've dealt with a lot of anorexics in the last decade.
And they'll be like, I want to put on weight, but they're getting
See?
skinnier and skinnier.
It's a very intricate mental health disease of many shades. It's hard for us to really answer your question unless we sort of live with your mum. But yeah.
You got a question, Mum?
No, but I wanted to point out this lady over here. What's your name again?
In the white?
Yeah.
Yep.
She got her 85-year-old grandmother to go vegan.
Oh, good one. What was your name, sorry?
Alma.
Alma got her 85-year-old grandma to go vegan.
And
Wow.
she started to walk. She lost the pain in her joints.
Yep.
Her blood pressure went normal. And like, all she said, why I just got to know how should I eat in the end of my life.
That's so good. 85.
And now she's inspiring all the villagers.
Oh.
And now she's going around and converting all the grandmas in the village.
She's converting all the grandmas in the village. I love it.
We're competing. How many people are having like converting, and how many grandmas is she converting?
Wow.
Yeah, that is so cool. Wow, that is
Already,
awesome.
like 12 or 13, she's in 2 years. She's vegan 2 years.
Yeah. Oh, that's excellent.
Very, like my mom is helping her with blending and
And your mum's vegan too? No? Wow.
You just never know, do you? You just never know what people are going to do.
yeah, but she healed herself. That's why he helped all the village, and they saw that she started to lose weight. She was like 90 kilos. She in like 3-4 months she lost already like 20 kilos. She started to walk. Like she didn't walk at all. Now she walks like 20 minutes a day, and that's a lot for her. And she was just like she didn't want to live anymore, and she was like so depressed, and she changed like that.
Yeah.
And like I just asked her to do it for 30 days, and she reduced her medicine. Like she had a block. She had more medicine than food, and now she's having some medicine, but let's say like maybe 20% of what she had before.
Yeah.
Like it was her last straw. She always, because I'm vegan for 9 years, and she was always, yeah, my granddaughter with her silly diet, and when she didn't have any more choice, like she got so sick, the doctor said that there's no any more hope because all that medicine were just killing her.
Yeah.
Like if one thing was killing that, another was destroying that.
Yeah.
So now she's very happy.
Oh, that's excellent. That's really, really good.
Mm.
There you go. Anyone can go vegan at any age.
All we have to do is just be support crew and just people will
Your
soon.
mum will go vegan soon, I reckon.
I hope so. Yeah, I'm working with my brothers.
Your brothers. Okay. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. Spreading the love.
The more fun we're having, the more chance people are going to switch over. If people can see us having fun and
They're always watching.
being
too.
fit and
Always watching.
Someone's always watching us. And now with the internet, people can watch us from afar.
But
You never
my
know.
family is the same, maybe like your father. They said, okay, if you prepare my meals, I admit that your meal tastes better than mine. But
But I don't want to make
too
it.
lazy and
Yeah.
I make it when I
I don't want to look after myself.
But exactly, I don't live with my family 8 years already.
Yeah.
So whenever I go there for 2 weeks, they're vegan and very happy. As I leave,
Yeah, it's the same sort of thing. Yeah. Can only do so much. And you're doing a lot. That's awesome. Good on you.
What country is that you're from?
Latvia.
Latvia, yeah, nice.
Meat eater.
Yeah, definitely.
Just meat and potato.
Yeah. Seems like every country's a meat eating country, really. I think. Like,
Yeah.
so much superstition. Like, I gotta have a meat. Like, where do you get your strength from? It's crazy.
No, but I was even in Latvia. I could be a raw fooder. I was 2 years there, like as a raw fooder. It was
Nice.
totally fine.
Yeah.
I didn't feel. I'm not a raw fooder now.
Yeah.
But I used to be like when you were raw fooders, I was raw fooder too. So and it was okay. And also in Amsterdam,
Yeah, good. Yeah, I think there's better fruit in Europe than in Australia for sure. Because all of the bananas come from Morocco or Africa, they taste better, in my experience. That's good. Good to hear.
3 years,
Next.
I lost 30 kilos.
Oh, you've lost 30 kilos? Jeez.
Wow. 3 years, 30 kilos.
That's a good amount of time.
Wow.
3 years.
That's incredible.
on you.
How old are you now?
Wow.
Nice. Yeah. 30 kilos. That's
30
epic.
kilos.
And the good thing is like you feel like it's sustainable, yeah, this lifestyle now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like 9 years.
Some people,
Up and down because the stable is like maybe 4, 5.
Yeah.
But it was not.
yeah, I see some people doing these weight loss things, and you know they're just going to burn out. It's just too unsustainable, you know. Eating like 1,600 calories a day and just like taking pre-workout powders and just like going crazy with the sport
And even on some vegan diets as well.
just unsustainable pace.
I lost my weight when I was eating 45,000 calories.
Oh, good. 4,500.
I'm like, even your mom was telling me yesterday that you're eating too much.
I didn't say.
I can't imagine that.
She's eating
Right.
much more than me.
Yeah.
Even if your mom is saying that I'm eating a lot.
That's good. That's good.
It's obviously working for you.
She put a bit of weight in you.
I got a question from the Trek Man.
Check.
That's all right, Trek Man, go for it.
So, tips on travelling on the bicycle, unsupported and vegan. Freelee cycled across Australia on a 100% raw food diet. I've done that as well, and I've also done many trips as a vegan. I cycled Seattle to Los Angeles on a raw vegan, 100% raw vegan back then. I find it's easier now to have cooked vegan foods like cooked juices or dried fruits that are technically cooked, or vegan rice dishes at a restaurant, so you can get more carbohydrate calories. It's pretty easy. You can have rice on jam on rice crackers. Even in Thailand, there's like vegan microwave meals at most 7-Elevens.
So much harder raw. So much harder.
Yeah, it's harder to get the calories raw when you're touring. When you're really chugging through the calories, it's quite difficult.
Depending what country you're in.
But it's very easy. It's just like fixing your own flat tire at the start. It's very daunting. I almost quit cycling because of flat tires. I was like, my rim tape was off one side and I just kept getting a flat tire. And I was just like, I don't know if I can do this, My mates, they're going, well, just get a car, man, But I was like, no, I love cycling. I know, I want to learn this. So I learned how to fix a flat tire and I got it. So it's like, when you're traveling as a vegan, it's just, once you commit to it, it's easy. And especially today's world, you got like, I didn't have a mobile phone for 7 years until recently got the iPhone 6. And now you got these apps like Happy Cow. I can just flick through Happy Cow and bring up like 80 restaurants in Chiang Mai or anywhere around I go. So it's very easy. And Thailand's probably the easiest. Or it'll be Thailand number 1. Behind that would be USA, North America, Canada. And then Australia will probably be like right down the bottom of vegan-friendly countries. But it's still possible. Still possible. Once you learn what to eat. I've cycled across the deserts as a vegan. And as a raw vegan as well, just living on dried fruits. So you can do it. The raw food ones are harder when you're doing a lot of sport because you just lose so much weight. So it's a bit harder there. But it's doable. So it's just experience. Just like riding in a pace line or whatever. So
I lost weight, but I've gained it back again.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You lose it generally through calorie restriction. Like even if you're not meaning to calorie restrict, just end up not eating enough cycle touring if you're doing raw. It's very hard.
Because you need so many calories every day just to keep pushing along. It's epic.
Why does like 90% of the bike community have a bike stand?
Why do 90% of the bike community don't have a bike stand? Like stand on their bike?
No, like kickstand.
Kickstands. I don't recommend kickstands and bikes because they're extra weight, extra maybe 2 kilos or a kilo, extra couple of pounds. I like to park my bike on the ground, and I know it's not going to get knocked over. And when your bike gets knocked over by the wind, or a dog, or a kid, or someone, or just gets knocked over, it can get damaged. The derailleur can get bent, or the handlebars, or whatever. So most people prefer to lean their bike against the wall, or chuck it on the ground, left-hand side down. Kickstands I don't recommend. If I had a bike with a kickstand on it, I'd kick it off. I'd just take it off and give it to some shop in Thailand. Just drop it off, keep riding. Here you go, mate. Kick off here. And just keep riding. It's extra weight. Extra weight. The less weight in your bike, the more lively it feels. The more lively your bike feels, the more lively you feel. And then it just goes from there.
Oh, pussycat, Harley.
His cat was here last year.
Social cat. Is this the same cat?
We call it no fucks
given.
No fucks given
given
cat.
Is that the same cat?
Yeah. It's the NFG cat.
That's so cool.
Look at it.
That's really unusual for cats to do that, actually. Leave that out.
So the cats in Southeast Asia, they have their tails naturally are shorter.
Are they naturally or
Yeah, they don't get chopped off for cattail soup.
This guy's got a comment. Yeah.
If you have a crack in your helmet,
A minor crack.
depends how big the crack is and what caused it, Maybe if you just dropped it from the table and it just had a little crack, I'd probably replace it. But if you actually came off your bike and hit your head and it cracked, I'd definitely replace it.
How'd you do it? Oh,
Yeah.
not sure.
So I guess you could show me later, I'll have a look at it. But generally, I replace my helmet every 2 years or so, because they do age from the UV and things like that. I heard last night there's some people that went to Happy Green, no helmets, no lights,
Dark clothing.
dark clothing. Someone's going to die eventually. Someone's definitely going to get killed
It's gonna wake
at our
up.
event
It's just so stupid.
from not wearing a helmet or no lights. At least wear a helmet.
Value your life. Only get one.
And then what happens is it's another fatality on the road, and then it just makes cyclists look bad. So wearing a helmet's always a good idea.
We almost drowned on the way.
Oh really?
This is right.
I guess what you want to do is watch the goal. If you have a climbing goal where do you? So you have a climb that's maybe 30 minutes long that you want to do one day or something like that. Yeah. Nice. So the climbs are probably going to take you maybe 1 hour or more each. Which climbs? Do you know any of the names of the climbs? Tourmalet? In the Alps? Alpe d'Huez? That's okay, but so it sounds like the climbs are between 1 to 2 hours long. Then you're going to need at least to be able to hold 3 watts per kilo. So, or less. If you ride between 1 and 3 watts per kilo, you'll be fine to do 200 kilometres. You'll be fine. So what I'd recommend is do some 200 kilometre rides around your area. Yeah. Well, then you just got to ride at a high wattage. So I would say, let's say I was living somewhere where there's no hills, but I got a 200 ride coming up. I would just ride 200 kilometres in the flat at certain wattage, maybe 1 to 3 watts per kilo. It's the same if you're going up a hill or flat. If you're riding to power, it's the same. To get really better though, then you need to be sitting at like 300 to 400 watts for 5 minutes and do those little intervals once a week. You could do maybe 5 minutes at 300 watts just once a week, or 400 watts just once a week. Yeah. 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 Okay. Oh yeah. Sugar, well, that's alright. And so, what bike are you going to use this time? Which bike are you going to use for the Alps? Your Rosa? Rose? Which bike? The Rose? Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe we can talk more on the mountain next time. Come up the mountains and chat with me. We'll talk more. Yeah. The main thing when you do a climbing ride, make sure your gears are really easy. Like you got a 34 compact crank, with maybe a 32 on the back and a 34 up front at least, and you'll be right. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, we'll talk more about that. Just pull me aside up the hill. We'll talk. Yeah, good. Robin.
What's the best sports bar?
The best sports bar.
Because I'm always, climbing, doing long trips.
Cliff.
So I want to have
Cliff bars.
Cliff bars are pretty good.
Yeah.
You like Cliff bars?
You had Cliff bars before? Yeah, Cliff bars fucking awesome. Or dates. Dates, dry bananas, Cliff bars. That's what I run on.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah.
There isn't really any others, is there? Like
Gee,
Lara bars, really funny, isn't it?
Cliff bars, dry banana, or dates.
Make your own bar.
Yeah.
Good.
A sec.
What are the top 5 high-calorie foods in mine?
The top 5 high-calorie fruits or foods? Foods. It'd be coconut oil, canola oil, safflower oil, soy oil, and rapeseed oil. Anything oil-based. Oil is pure fat, 9 calories per gram. Second to that would be anything fried in oil. But in terms of healthy food, it would be mature coconut meat, nuts, avocado. But more sustainable food would be like durian and then dried fruits, vegan pizzas, dates, mangoes, bananas. What's that? Chiang Mai? You can get all those foods in Chiang Mai. Dates you can get in Chiang Mai. You can get anything in Thailand if you've got money for it. Definitely. Because there's a Muslim community as well in Thailand, yeah? So the Muslims, they have like the dates from Ramadan or whatever. I don't really understand it. But I've got friends who are Muslim in Australia. They like dates. So I generally go to the Muslim shops in Australia to get good quality dates. So that's why dates are really big in Malaysia. It's more of a Muslim country, so they love it. So the best quality dates come from, in Jordan or Iran, Israel. They're very good.
We've got a question over here.
Yeah, I have a question. Actually, cool now. You mentioned dry bananas, but I haven't been able to find it anywhere. And they point me always at the dried bananas.
Go to
Rimping supermarket.
Yeah, go to Rimping supermarket or you go to Tops supermarket. Go downstairs into the supermarket on the Doisetep Road. Yeah, the big brick building. Yeah, so go downstairs in the food court, and there's like a fruit in the supermarket of Tops. There is a stack of dry bananas. I bought like 10 packets there last week. Keep looking, you'll find them. They're the best. They're like really dried, not moist dry. Yeah, try again. Or 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven often have them.
Any second question?
Yeah, my tires what's normal?
Great question. Tyres getting flat, losing air pressure overnight. That's normal in the humidity and the air pressure we have here, and the heat and the hot roads cause natural release of air from the tyres. So I'll pump my tyres up every 2 or 3 days because they lose maybe 10, 20, 30%. Totally normal.
So what should they be pumped up to?
At least on every side of the tyre we'll have a rating system. So if it's a road bike, about 100. If it's a mountain bike, maybe 60. But every bike will have its little rating on the side. So I just have like one of those 500 baht hand pumps.
Make you go faster as well.
Yeah.
So I don't need new tubes.
No. Don't need new tubes. If you pump it up at night time and the morning it's flat, you got a puncture. Or if it's half, it's, you know, got a puncture. If it's just going down 10, 20% each day, that's normal in this heat, for sure. Like I've done rides in Australia where it's like 40 degrees, and I go and ride 200 or 300 kilometres. I come home, my tyres are like noticeably softer, just because of the heat expansion and stuff. Mary?
In general, what pump do you recommend?
What pump do I recommend? Just any sort of hand pump will do. And when I'm in Thailand, I just buy like one of those floor pumps for 500 baht.
Because they show you how much by.
Yeah, they have a gauge on there, yeah. So I just have one of those in my hotel room. And then when I go, I might even take it back to Australia, or might just donate it to a vegan store here. It's only 500 baht.
So,
easy.
But with a hand pump, I don't know how many bars I have.
So I'd recommend investing in a little floor pump.
Yeah.
You know, the ones that are about that tall?
Yeah.
And you just, you know,
Yeah.
and it has a gauge on there. Yeah. Or maybe if you're staying in a hotel, everyone can chip in 100 baht and have like a community pump that stays in one spot. Easy. The tipping point from, what was the last bit? Say the latter? Oh yeah, so tipping point for me from drugs and alcohol lifestyle that I used to live into fitness, probably getting stabbed. Probably getting stabbed was like a big tipping point for me. I was at a party and I got into a knife fight and I got stabbed. And then the next few days I went out riding with a friend and he's like, man, what are you hanging with this crew, man? They're like, what are you going to do? You're going to be a fucking athlete or are you going to fucking be a druggie? I was like, yeah, I'm going to be a fucking athlete. And I just sort of quit that scene and got into cycling. And then I learned that there's more drugs in cycling and running than my old druggie mates would take. So, but it's a different mentality, you know. It's drugs for performance versus drugs for getting off your dial.
And mine was when my yoga teacher looked into my eyes and said I was full of mucus. That was a real tipping point for me. Yeah, she was straight up with me, and I'm like, wow, thanks. I was like, you bitch, like, at the time. But it was a real tipping point for me. Like, I'm so glad that she was so honest with me. And yeah, then I got a juicer after that and started on basic, kind of like went on the vegan lifestyle, on a raw vegan lifestyle, didn't know how to do it properly, went back off it for a few years, but then came again to veganism and yeah, sorted it out, did it properly. That was very motivating for me.
I think the whole "you're full of mucus" is a bit of a soundbite that a lot of yoga or juice people use.
She was vegan.
Yeah.
She's healthy vegan.
But I think it's a bit of a soundbite. Because everyone's got mucus in their body. As the body's always producing mucus to protect itself against pollens or whatever.
I really had yellow eyes. Like the whites were very yellow. My ex-boyfriend used to tell me all the time, he's like, I don't know why your whites are so yellow. But yeah, because I was eating a whole lot of crap, that's why.
Oh, it could have been mascara or it could have been a lot of things.
No, it was oh god, it was, yeah.
Well, I've heard people say, you're full of mucus, and they're going to try and sell you some, like, cleanse thing, you know. So be careful when someone says that, walks up to you, you're full of mucus, like, you know. You need this supplement, like, try this cleanse, like, it's really good. So, yeah.
Yeah, be wary if you're vegan and someone says that to you. Definitely. Especially high-carb vegan.
For me, it's a bit of a war cry, the space cadets. You're full of mucus.
It was true in this case.
Okay.
It was absolutely true.
The space cadets war cry. You're full of mucus.
Namaste.
What time we got? Is it dance time?
I think it's 6 o'clock.
6:02. Let's do one more question. Yes. How was the trail up this morning? Yeah, it's good, wasn't it? Well, how do I respond to the water debate? Some people say, oh, it's just, you know, we feed the grass, the water, and the cows eat that, and it's just part of the cycle. It is and it isn't, because if you look at the Colorado River, That used to be like a raging river, and now since agriculture, it's just dried up. A lot of the native fishes and animals, they're just gone. And we're the same problem in Australia called the Murray River. We're using that for agriculture, mainly for livestock. And the Murray River is just fucked. We've just fucked it up. And it's never going to recover. It's just so fucked. Because our Australian dairy industry uses up like more water than household or mining combined. So the biggest use of water in Australia is dairy livestock. The biggest use of water in the US, dairy livestock. And we've got drought conditions in Australia. You're only allowed to wash your car every other day or whatever, or it's just crazy. But we're just smashing the water onto the green grass for the cows and grass-fed beef. So there's people that debate and stuff, but all you have to do is get on a plane, and on a clear day when you fly, looking out the window, just always get window seats and just look, oh yeah, that's fucked up, livestock. And that's the best one, because you can see what's going on. All those crops, 80% of that, livestock. Oh, that's a free range cattle range. Oh, it's fucked up. Used to be forest there. So that's the biggest use of water. You can Google it up. Whatever we do right, there's always someone to say, oh no, but it's good. Those people don't travel much, or when they get on a plane, they're so drunk or full of Xanax, they can't even look out the window. But you get in a plane, you fly I've flown from Perth to Cairns. Well, I've actually fucking ridden my bike from Perth to Cairns before, like right across Australia, and it's just destruction, craziness. And when you're traveling at 20k an hour for like a month, 20 kilometers an hour for a month, it's just fucked. And my friends who ran around Australia in 2013, the vegan couple, the raw vegan couple, Jeanette and Alan, they just said, mate, it's just, Australia's fucked. They were like walking, running pace, 40k's a day for a whole year. So that's all a lot. The biggest use of water, livestock, grazing. It's crazy. What's that? Yeah, each dairy cow 50 gallons a day. And yeah, so we're losing the rainfall's coming down, but it's just we're meant to have more trees on the planet. We're meant to have more trees on the planet. Trees help everything. So what we do when we have cows, we chainsaw the trees down to grow crops to feed the cows. So we're just meant to have trees everywhere. That's why fruit is like the ultimate. But the thing is now we're growing so many grains and grass to feed livestock, chickens, fish, everything. We're just cutting there's no room for trees anymore. So the water's just evaporating up, and that's how most of the deserts were formed, by tribes burning the forest to chase out the deer and the whatever, and then spear them when they come out through the fire. And that's how most deserts today were created. Like in Australia, the Australian Aboriginals created most of the deserts in Australia, just from burning off the forest to catch kangaroos and stuff. And then eventually the wind comes in and just blows the dead trees down, and just sand just grows and grows and grows. But yeah. But you always get some academic scientist or whatever going, I disagree, Harley, yes, no, it's just like, fuck. I had one of those guys a few weeks ago do that in Australia, some academic guy talking about some environmental stuff, and I just started swearing at him. I was having a debate with him, and he just like couldn't hear what I was saying, so I just got in his face and started yelling at him. Nothing else I could do. I got all primal in his face. He started talking about the primal diet, paleo diet. So I'm like, I've got to act like a fucking caveman then. This guy speaks caveman, I'll be caveman. And yeah. And the conversation ended with me just abusing the fuck out of him, telling him to fuck off. And yeah, he said something about vegans are going to have protein. I said, I'll fucking fight you then, mate, Let's fucking fight. Let's go fucking primal. Sometimes I just lose it. Maybe it's the steroids I took. Changed me forever. Alright, so yeah.
How do the Aborigines eat?
How do the Aboriginals eat in Australia now is get KFCs, the Aussie Aboriginal diet. Obesity, diabetes, off the charts. How did they used to eat? Predominantly plant-based. But obviously travelling around, having wars with their neighbouring Aboriginal tribes, food shortages, and you start burning forests to catch some food because you're so fucking hungry. And then just over thousands of years, the deserts get bigger and bigger, and you're burning more forests.
Are there actually traditional Aborigines?
No, not in Australia. Every single Aboriginal in Australia, I'd say 99.999% are on a government pension where they just unfortunately buy alcohol and KFC.
Yep.
I've got friends who work in these indigenous communities, and it's literally third world conditions, third world health, and just third world living.
Yep.
Alcohol, drugs, rape, incest. It's pretty unfortunate. Because once you introduce alcohol and drugs into a really pure community, it just goes crazy. Goes crazy. Indians in the US, Aborigines in Australia. Yeah, it's crazy. And then you got the whole racism card, and it's not going anywhere fast. All right, and we'll see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. for the ride. Q&A every day here, 5 o'clock. Thanks
We've
for
got
coming.
like 4 left, have we?
I don't even know how long we got
5
left.
or something. How many do we have left?
We'll just keep going for the rest of the year. No one's going back to work. No one's going back to school. No one's going home to the screaming kids. No one's going home to the jealous partner. Everyone's going to stay in Chiang Mai for the rest of their life. Fuck your parents, fuck your boss, fuck your kids, live life. Enjoy dinner. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Ja, das sieht mir auch ständig. Plastikbahn. Jo.